The House Oversight Committee has subpoenaed Secret Service Director Kim Cheatle to testify over the assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump almost a week ago at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. We are learning more now about the timeline of the shooting, and many questions are circulating as to how this happened. For more on this, let's welcome in Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs. Congressman, thanks for joining me this morning. So what are you planning to ask Director Cheatle on Monday?
I have pages of questions to ask her, but I'm going to focus on what I think are the crux of the issue, and that is number one, what did the Technical Service Division determine was going to be the perimeter, safe perimeter, and why was it only about 130 yards from where President Trump was going to be standing? That seems to be unusual from the Secret Service sources that I have. So we want to find that out. I want all the communications from Technical Services Division to the advanced lead to find out what that communication led to. Why did you only have one counter sniper team? Why didn't you have anyone posted on the other building where the shooter actually was? Those types of questions that actually get at the heart of what seems to be the most obvious and glaring failures, because you have a counter sniper team, which everyone tells me these two guys that were there, they're excellent. They did their job. But why did you have no one else on the other building? Why was there only one counter sniper team? So there's a lot of glaring holes here that have to be answered to, and that's where we want Ms. Cheatle to provide the answers.
Yeah, and we're learning this morning that the Secret Service is saying that the would-be assassin had to have left his rifle inside that perimeter ahead of this rally. So it was just sitting there on that rooftop. We talked to two former Secret Service agents earlier this morning, and I asked them, how is this allowed? Why are rooftops not checked? And they have no idea, but they say a change in leadership needs to happen. Do you think that she should resign?
Yes, if she had any honor, she would resign already. That way you could start the healing process within that agency. She has a lot to answer for, and I think she should go. And if she's not going to resign, then Mr. Biden, the president, has got to fire her to move this thing along and right the ship here.
And I think more and more people are growing angry as we learn about the timeline. We're showing it there on our screen. There were dozens of people there at that rally who looked up, who saw this would-be assassin on the roof, who pointed it out to law enforcement, to Secret Service. So then they deem him a threat. Why would a former president, a man that's running to be the next president, be allowed on this stage if they believe there is a man with a gun on a roof?
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, that's part of the crux of this thing is why didn't you do a security hold? I mean, I've been at these events, had security holds because of something, just some small anomaly they have to check out. Why didn't they do a security hold? They had information, and so there's some glaring communication problems here as well. But that failure to hold President Trump off the stage for 6 to 10 minutes, which would not have meant much to a crowd that had been standing there for hours, to make sure that he was secure and safe and investigate the shooter's position, that is absolutely some of the most grotesque negligence that you can imagine. And so why did that happen? And do we have a communication flaw? Who was actually running the operation that day for security? Did you have a communication flaw from that individual? Did you have an interagency flaw? Did you have a communication breakdown with the actual equipment? None of that stuff has been answered, and they basically they're fomenting conspiracy theories by not getting out there ahead of this and making this transparent right away. And that's part of the problem with Ms. Cheatle.
Yeah, and we've heard in the days that have followed Director Cheatle even trying to blame the local Butler, Pennsylvania law enforcement. This does not fall on them. It falls on the director of the Secret Service. It goes from the top. Congressman Andy Biggs, thank you so much for joining me. Really appreciate it.